Imagine having the ability to communicate with your subconscious mind, ask it questions. And what if you were able to balance beliefs that were sabotaging your conscious mind? In my journey of finding out balance, I came across an element in the universe called helium. Helium is the second most abundant element in the universe, and it's the most stable. And inside the helium atom is a nucleus. It's also known as the alpha particle. And the alpha particle is a building block of energy, and it has 4 components, 2 protons and 2 neutrons, and they're held in perfect balance. And they are created as a result of nuclear fission on the sun. I found out that a belief has to be balanced in 4 different perspectives. That's the minimum amount that's required in order for it to be dynamically balanced. If you have a belief like, let's say, the granddaddy belief that Einstein said, the most important question that you have to answer for yourself is the universe a friendly place? And let's say I want to find out if I believe that. Consciously I might believe it, but subconsciously I might not. So we can ask the subconscious to say, do we really believe that? And if not, then we can balance for it. Well, what we can do to imagine balancing it from 4 different perspectives is to say, I know that the universe is a friendly place. I know is one perspective. Seeing is another perspective. Hearing is another perspective. And feeling is another perspective. So can we say and balance a belief for these 4 different perspectives? And we find that we can actually do that. The indigenous Americans talked about body, mind, heart, and spirit as the whole person. And that a whole person would be balanced if they had these components. And I thought, well, there's an interesting connection. You've got 4. It's not just body, mind, and spirit. It's body, mind, heart, and spirit. We're going to take the concept of the 4 perspectives and look at them as spheres. Okay? So we can imagine the spirit as a sphere, and we're going to look at a yellow sphere and call it spirit. Then we've got a green sphere, and that's going to be our body. Then we have a red sphere, and that's going to be our heart. And we have a blue sphere, that's going to be our mind. In order for that to be balanced, the energy would have to flow around each of the spheres, kind of like orbit it, and also be passing the center at the most often. For life force to move from spirit to mind, it has to be energized, and that energizing is called clarity. Then the mind has to let go of it to the heart. So it is from the movement from mind to heart is a movement of letting go, not an energizing. Then the heart does its magic to it. It actually adds the breath of life. It adds the beat, the rhythm, the cycle begins. We now have courage is an energizer that leaves us from the heart and takes us to the body. Okay? So the body is all about movement and action and deliberate practice of the things that are essential for the idea to materialize. Imagine each belief as a sphere of energy. And inside each sphere is also 4 spheres. That's called a holon. And inside each of those 4 are other 4. So what you can imagine is if you had all these spheres the same size, you would build a pyramid of 4 sides that would continue to just go down and down. And when a belief materializes, what we're looking at is the very tip of the iceberg. The same kind of thing that we look around here, everything we see is really just the tip of this quantum iceberg. So underneath there is this other huge pyramid. Well, in the quantum leap balance, we actually balance for the whole pyramid. We create a whole pyramid of structure that's connected. The second thing that we do is we know that the life force has a pattern that it's going to weave through. So we okay the subconscious mind to build this pathway all the way that rises up through it. The third balance is brightness. And the way we balance for brightness is we introduce the key elements of cycle. So there's clarity, letting go, courage, and allowing. And those are the movements. Finally, we activate the whole system.